Hello and welcome to a nasty, soggy, wet day here in Florida. It's still the winter time and it's pretty gross out today. We're grateful for the rain. We always like rain. I've been dragging the fields all morning, and so I've got all that manure washing in because of the rain, but it's pretty nasty out. We have a few things to do on the farm today. One of those things is that we have run out of silage, and so our feeding program is going to have to make some changes. So we're going to work on that today. And then also we have a very unfortunate situation that we have to go handle first. So let's get to it. Unfortunately, I found a calf that was stillborn. Even Mom stood out here for quite a while. Mom's way over there now. I've separated them all, but unfortunately, this is part of farming. This is the hard part of it all. Hate to see this. We've been expecting that calf for quite some time, and being a heifer, it's really a loss for the business for this year, for sure. She would have been a really pretty little girl too, a nice red one with some white underneath of her neck. Totally unfortunate. First thing we have to do is get all these girls out of the catch pen. When it's raining, for some reason they love to come stand up here, and that has caused a whole lot of mud and a whole lot of nasty in the pen. So we're gonna get them out, and then we'll start making some changes for our feed. Come on, girls. Come on. Everybody out. Everybody's in here. Come on. Come on. So one reason we're going to make some changes is it has just turned to mud in the catch pen. This area, we put down lime rock underneath of all that, and so that's good. And we only use that area to work animals. But this is where we've been feeding all of the adult gyrs. And so them just standing in here, pooping in here, silage falling in here, it's really turned into a mess. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take the feeders out of here. We're gonna put them out in the field. So we'll feed out in the actual pasture. And that's not really great for the grass out there, but it's gonna let this area recoup, dry, harden, and that way we can use it again to actually work the cows. The big difference that we're gonna do today though is because we're out of silage, we have to switch to something else for a few months. And so we went and got some oatlage. So it's actually oats that have been baled and then wrapped, and they've been fermenting just like the silage has. It should be an equivalent as far as like gut health goes, since it's a fermented product, but the oats should have a higher protein than the sorghum silage. So that's gonna be a plus. The hard part is that it costs a little bit more because it's in individual bales, instead of buying it in a mass quantity like we did with the other silage. And there's a little more labor involved. We do still get to use the loader to put it out, but instead of just scooping into the pile, we're gonna have to put the clamps on and take individual bales out, cut the plastic off, just a little more involved. And the plan here is that we're gonna let this field have a break along with the catch pen. So right now they can go into their main pasture out here, a smaller pasture, and the catch pen. But we're going to close the gate here and feed them out here because their water is in here. So that's going to let this field kind of come back and let the grass grow that's starting to poke through. Let the catch pen have a break, and really it's not going to change their life any at all. So step one is going to be we got to put the forks on the loader and take the loader and the catch pen, get those feeders, and move them out into the pasture. This is the mom to the calf that we found this morning. She looks very confused and very upset. She kept going back and checking the area over and over. felt terrible for her. But all of our other girls are ready to get in there and taste some of that new feed that we're putting out. They can't hardly stand being behind the fence. This stuff is heavy. My truck was actually squatting in the back, and that's with my airbags pumped all the way up too. These weigh about 2,200 pounds per bale, and you can definitely feel it in the truck and in the loader. You can see that it actually has the oats all still in there, so that's a great source of protein and all that brown liquid pouring out. All right, now that all of that hay is put out, we'll drive the ATV out there, get all the string off of it, and let the cows in. So what I actually did, I brought some of the balage, the haylage out, of course. And then I also put a regular hay bale in the other feeder. I did the same thing over there because this many cows cannot get around this much. And I'm not going to put out 4 bales of that a day because that's very expensive and it's too much weight. So one of the good, and man, the smell of that is, whew, that is rich. And then one of the regular Bahia bales. So they're going to go there, they're going to be disappointed, go there, but they can fight themselves back and forth. Time-wise, compared to what we've been doing with the silage and the loader, that takes a lot longer to do. So it's really not that efficient, but we're gonna have to do that because you can't just go get more silage anytime in a bag like that. So we're gonna have to deal with this for a little while. The good news is it's good quality feed, and so we're not gonna lose anything from doing it except for time. One of my favorite things to do during the day is letting the girls come from one field to the other. I love opening up the gate and just watching them all as they're excited and run. Each one has their own personality, and I just really enjoy getting to watch them. They did exactly what I thought, and everybody went for the oatlage instead of the regular hay. But in time, they'll all eat all of it. As I noticed some calves playing, I was counting and noticed we were missing the guy that we recently did a video on, that we weren't sure if he was going to take a bottle or stay on mom. And I found him out in the field, extremely weak and very dehydrated, so I picked him up and took him back to the barn, hoping to be able to help him out. Spent a good hour trying to get him to drink, and he didn't have the energy, so I used a little syringe and got some electrolytes down into him and some sugars and different things, but he was still just super weak. No matter what I did, he just didn't have the strength to do it. I've done all I can do for him, and I'm hoping by tomorrow I'll see some improvement, but I don't have my hopes too high. Well, it's the next day, and unfortunately this little guy didn't make it. I guess he passed away through the night. When I was feeding him yesterday, I could really hear a lot in his lungs, and so my conclusion is He just didn't get colostrum in time. Even though I gave him colostrum, it was at least a day past. I thought he was nursing on mom the first day just based on her udders, but I guess I was wrong. So came out this morning and he had passed. So unfortunately, this has been a rough 2 days. We had a stillborn and this one has passed away. This is farm life. It's part of the hard part of it. You know, you're not in control of nature, you're not in control of life, only God is. So we're gonna have to buck up and move forward and continue to pray that the rest of the herd has all excellent, healthy calves this year. We do have so many more cows that are due soon, so I'm trusting that God's gonna provide a lot of great, beautiful little heifers for us. But for now, for myself, Logan, and all of the animals here at HisWay Farm, we pray that God blesses you, and we will see you on the next one.